We are about to see HIV cases skyrocket in the US, and we all need to be very much aware of this. So the new HIV surveillance data just dropped for New York City. It's the 2024 annual report, and the trends in this thing are really concerning. For context, prior to 2020, HIV rates within New York City have consistently been dropping every single year. After 2020, we started seeing rises in HIV cases, which initially was not surprising because we sort of knew a lot of people weren't getting tested during 2020 and 2021 as much as they would typically. So we expected some sort of rebound from those points, but we saw a 7% increase in HIV between 2022 and 2023, and now we saw a 5.4% increase in HIV cases between 2023 and 2024. We are officially in a trend upwards that can no longer just be attributed to people not getting tested during COVID. I'm also really alarmed about what the cases look like for women. In 2023, women made up 299 cases, but in 2024, 360 women were newly diagnosed with HIV. I know that these numbers may not sound big to you, but these are individuals, these are real humans, these are not just data points. This is also a racial equity issue. Over 50% of these new cases among women were among Black women, despite the fact that Black women only make up about 10% of the population in New York City. Latino women make up about 28% of the population in New York City, but they represent close to 40% of new cases of HIV. And for these women, the vast majority of these cases are associated with heterosexual contact. So these women are getting HIV from having sex with men. And this is a group of people who tend to not even perceive that they could potentially be at risk for HIV if they're having sex with men. Trans women make up 4.4% of new cases, despite being less than 1% of the population in New York City. And for the men, there was about an equal split between men who identified as Black and men who identified as Latino. Together, about 82%. Finally, young people, as in people who are under the age of 30, have been making up over 30% of new cases. This is again particularly alarming because this is a generation that has no real living memory of what HIV is or was at its height. These are people who may not even consider HIV as a risk or think it's as serious as it is. And so the fact that we're seeing over 30% of new cases among people under 30 is a deeply alarming trend. Now, I bring this up now because, again, this is happening in the context of full HIV funding right now. We, as the City of New York City, has full funding from the federal government in fiscal year 2024 to do all things HIV prevention and care and treatment. However, in this new iteration of the government bill,